Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Britt, and today I'm in the kitchen with my son, Jace.
Hi guys. Today we're going to make peanut butter and peanut butter balls.
Yes! Peanut butter balls are one of our family's favorite kind of cookies that we like to make for Christmas time. And so we wanted to share the recipe with you guys so maybe you can make them for Christmas too with your families. These peanut butter balls are gluten-free. They're free of refined sugar and vegetable oils and preservatives and food colorings. So they are a lot healthier option than cookies that you would buy at the store. So first, we're gonna start by making our own homemade peanut butter, which is a lot easier than you might think it would be. Okay, so all that you need to make the peanut butter is just 3 ingredients, just peanuts, salt, and MCT oil. And I get the dry roasted unsalted peanuts because the peanuts that are salted actually have other ingredients added to them besides just salt. They can have sugar, corn syrup, paprika, onion powder, maltodextrin, yeast, lots of other ingredients besides just salt. And I can't have paprika. Paprika is a nightshade and I am sensitive to nightshades. So I don't get the salted ones. I get unsalted peanuts and I add my own salt. And I am using some pink Himalayan salt. MCT oil just makes it more creamy. You don't have to have the MCT oil, but it makes it easier to mix and just makes it more creamy. And we like creamy peanut butter. All right, so all we're gonna do is add these ingredients to the blender and blend them up. It'll take about 3 minutes and that's it. Alright, so making peanut butter is as simple as that. If you can pour the peanuts and the salt and the oil in and press your button, then you can make peanut butter. All it took was about 3 minutes of blending, and I just used a spatula just to push the peanuts down a little bit at the end to get the rest of the peanuts that weren't blending up. And that's it. So now we're gonna put the rest of the ingredients together to make the peanut butter balls. So we're gonna use 2 cups of our homemade peanut butter and put them in bowls. So can you hold the cup over the bowl? Okay, and I'll pour, we'll fill it up 2 times. Okay, so pour it in the bowl.
You pour it.
Here.
I pour
Let me
it.
help you out a little because it is sticky. It comes out pretty slowly. Okay. And then let's fill it up one more time. So hold it, please. We can eat it at the end. Okay, one more.
It's getting heavy,
It's
Mom.
getting heavy.
Yeah.
All right, that's it. Pour it in the bowl. And we'll pour the rest of our peanut butter in a jar to have on hand for later.
For peanut butter and dairy sandwiches. Yum.
Exactly. All right, let me help you out.
Yum peanut butter. Do you guys like peanut butter?
Do you like peanut butter? Who doesn't like peanut butter? Peanut butter is one of the best foods, isn't it? Okay, so now that we have our peanut butter made, all we need is 4 more ingredients to go in the inside part of the peanut butter balls. So we have 2 cups of peanut butter, And we're gonna use some almond flour. We're gonna use 2/3 cup of almond flour. Okay.
Thanks.
Yep, fill it up all the way to the top. And then look, we'll go like this. Yep. All right, and then dump it in there. Very good. Okay, and then we're gonna use some coconut flour too. We're gonna use 1/4 of a cup of coconut flour. And you can use a little bit more if you need to. The coconut flour helps to firm it up and makes it a lot easier to roll the peanut butter balls up into balls and help them to stay together. So if yours are not coming together, holding together, then you can add a little bit more coconut flour. And then to sweeten our peanut butter balls, instead of sugar, we're gonna use a natural sweetener. We're gonna use some maple syrup, and we're gonna do 1/2 cup of maple syrup. So we're gonna fill this up 2 times. Keep going all the way to the top. Keep going. Okay, good. All right, so pour it in 1 time, and then 1 more, because this is 1/4 of a cup. Taste. Okay, so we got cut off, but we added already 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and I use organic Madagascar vanilla. So we added that, we mixed it all up, and it was a little bit wetter than I would like it to be. So I added 2 more tablespoons of coconut flour and mixed it up, and it is a really nice consistency now. It is
Like Play-Doh.
sticky, it's not too wet though, and it forms like the consistency of Play-Doh where you can mold it and it will hold its shape. So if your mixture is a little bit too wet, just add a little extra coconut flour. So we washed our hands and we are ready to roll the balls now. So we're gonna get about a tablespoon in our hands and roll it up like a ball and put it on the cookie sheet. And then we're gonna throw them in the freezer and freeze them for about an hour
And then you can taste them.
before we make the chocolate coating and dip them in the chocolate. So that recipe made 36 peanut butter balls with our size balls that we rolled. Of course, yours might make a different amount depending on how big or how small you roll your peanut butter balls. But they're all rolled now, so we are going to put them in the freezer for about an hour to harden up, and then we will be melting some chocolate, making our chocolate coating. And we're gonna dip the peanut butter balls in, but we want them to be nice and hard so they don't melt and fall apart when we dip them in that hot chocolate. All right.
Not hot.
Not hot chocolate, the drink, but just hot chocolate.
Not actually hot chocolate.
Exactly.
Just melted chocolate.
Okay, so the peanut butter balls have been in the freezer for about an hour. They have hardened and they are ready to coat in chocolate. So they don't have to be frozen, but you want them to be nice and hard and cold so that when you put them in the hot chocolate, they don't melt and turn to a peanut butter chocolatey glob. I have made that mistake before. They were still yummy, but they didn't turn out as nice hard, round peanut butter balls. Okay, so first we need to melt the chocolate. So we're gonna get a double broiler going. I'm gonna fill up one pot with a little bit of water and turn it on about medium heat. I don't want it to be boiling too much and overflowing when I put the butter pot inside. So I've got about 1 inch of water in the pot. And then we're gonna use 2 cups of dark chocolate chips. And I'm using the Enjoy Life brand. It just has 2 ingredients, just unsweetened chocolate and cane sugar. That's it. No vegetable oil, no gluten, no dairy. This is very allergy friendly. So if you are sensitive to dairy, this is a good brand to go with. So we are going to fill up our 2-cup measuring cup, our pint, almost to the top, not quite to the top line. Okay, so, there's still a little bit left in there. Okay, so 1 bag was not quite enough, and these bags are 9 ounces, not quite 2 cups, so we need to open the other bag and fill it up a little bit more, okay?
I know. Okay, that
All right, to the top line, that opening a little bit. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's to the top line. Okay, oops, a few extras. All right, and then go ahead and put it in the pot. In the pot. Awesome, very good. Okay, so we have 2 cups of dark chocolate chips, and then we're also gonna add 2 tablespoons of coconut oil, and I'm using the Thrive Market brand of organic virgin coconut oil. Thrive Market has the best deal that I have found on good organic coconut oil. It costs $19.99 for this 54-ounce jar of coconut oil, and it lasts for a very long time. So that is a great deal. And it's made from non-GMO coconuts. All right, so let's put 2 tablespoons. So look, we're gonna fill up our tablespoon.
I like that stuff. Wow.
It tastes good. Okay, we're gonna fill up all the way to the top, and then put it in. Maybe use a finger to help it a little bit.
Yeah, because it
all right.
kind of
Can you do one more?
This stuff kind of hardened.
It's kind of hardened. Yeah, it is hardened oil. This is a good, healthy oil to cook with.
No.
All right. If it's a little bit more than 2 tablespoons, that's okay. 2 heaping tablespoons. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and put the pot inside the other pot. And we're gonna keep an eye on it to make sure it doesn't overflow. And we're gonna stir it
But that's
as it starts to melt to make sure it all gets nice and melted. Oops, that's too much. Okay, so the chocolate is all nice and melted and it looks delicious. The boys just want to eat it all. But we need it for the peanut butter balls. Okay, so we're gonna leave it on the other pot with water on the double broiler so that it stays nice and liquidy like this. If we were to take it off, it would start to harden up, and we need it nice and soft and liquidy still. And we're gonna get a fork and use a fork to kind of hold the peanut butter ball and dip it in here and kind of let go of the excess chocolate. And then we're gonna put it back on our pan, and I'm gonna actually take these off and put some parchment paper down on the pan. And we will put the peanut butter balls on the parchment paper, And after we're done dipping all of our peanut butter balls, we will put it back in the freezer for another hour or two to harden up.
And then we can taste them.
And then we can taste them.
One.
Let me turn the heat down to low. Okay, so the peanut butter balls are all coated in chocolate, so we're gonna go stick this back in the freezer to harden up. We'll leave them in the freezer for at least an hour, and then they will be ready to eat. Okay, so there is a little bit of melted chocolate left, so we don't want any chocolate to go to waste. And we're not gonna just eat all this extra chocolate by itself either. We're gonna make another great holiday treat. We're gonna make some bark. So for bark, you can use whatever nuts you have, whatever dried fruit you have on hand. We're gonna use some walnuts, and these are halves and pieces, but I'm gonna chop them up even smaller than they are. And then we're gonna use some dried cranberries and some shredded coconut, and this is just plain shredded coconut, not sweetened. We're gonna spread some out over the pan, drizzle the rest of the melted chocolate over it, and then we'll sprinkle it with some sea salt. And I'm gonna keep this on the double broiler until it's ready to pour so that it stays nice and melted liquid. All right, so the bark is ready, so we're gonna stick this in the freezer too to harden up. It'll take about 2 hours to harden up all the way. Once it's hardened, then we will break it up into serving size pieces, so just like maybe 1 or 2 inch size pieces, and it'll be good to go. All right, so the peanut butter balls and the chocolate bark have chilled, and they are all ready to go. So the boys have tried them, and how are they?
Good. Good.
Super good.
Yummy.
The sea salt on top of it makes it extra yummy. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and put our peanut butter balls in a tin, and we're gonna put them back in the freezer so they stay nice and hardened and chilled, and we'll bring them out when we're ready to have them. right, so let me know in the comments below if you try this recipe and what you think. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click the bell button so that you can stay up to date on all my latest videos from our home to yours. See you next time.